The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict is doubling down on its campaign against the left, with its latest initiative to shut all schools perceived of anti-government indoctrination and poisoning the minds of kids and minors toward armed resistance. PTV's Kenneth Paciente has more.
NTF-ELCAC now targets to close communist terrorist group-operated schools in the country within 2 years. According to the task force, those students are being taught to read and write in these schools. They are also taught to be angry at the government, how to hold a gun, and be indoctrinated in the principles of leftist groups. It is estimated that over 100 CTG-affiliated schools have already been closed.
We have proof na talaga nag-exist yung mga ganyang klaseng eskwelahan because we have with us already mga dating nag-aral dyan, na nagturo dyan, pero upon learning na talagang they were just deceived, ay katulong na po nila tayo.
NTF-ELCAC assured that these schools are now being identified in cooperation with the DepEd, Peace Law Enforcement and Development Support Cluster, and the Department of National Defense.
Identifying first, then validating, and then eventually closing such schools. Because it is very important that these schools are closed.
Meanwhile, the group believes that the objective of the task force to end the local communist armed conflict in the country will be strengthened with the seating of Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte as co-vice chair of NTF-ELCAC. According to the group, VP Sara can help a lot in NTF-ELCAC's aim, especially since she already has experience in responding to communist terrorist groups when she was the mayor of Davao. In addition, that she is concurrently the DepEd Secretary.
Alam naman natin na mataas pa rin ang recruitment ng mga makakaliwang grupo, in particular sa senior high school. Vice President Sara will be able to utilize the power of education, as Secretary of Education, in fighting the lies and deceptions being perpetrated by the CTGs para maputol natin yung recruitment na ginagawa ng mga makakaliwang grupo sa mga eskwelahan.
Moreover, NTF-ELCAC assured that their mandate will continue to stop the operations of terrorist groups in different parts of the country.
The approach will be unity, peace, and development, which I think is also consistent with the President's call when he assumed office, that this is a government that is inclusive, and that inclusiveness includes, of course, those who are part of the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, National Democratic Front.
Kenneth Paciente for the Nation.